Hello food tribe, it's the end of another week, and then we're about to do analysis into the new week that is coming there, and then we are looking at US oil this time around. Yes, I've already done the analysis, but let me just quickly go ahead and clear all this so that we can do it together, right? Just going straight into it. Let's just go to the daily and then see what is really happening. So on the daily, we can see that we have a high. The highest point that we have is up here, and then the lowest point that we have right in this range in the daily is here, right? That is what we have, and we can see that there is a trend line actually forming here, telling us that price is what is in a downtrend. Okay, so now that we have been able to establish this from the daily time frame, we're now going to focus on a recent price leg, and then try and then do analysis from that side. Okay, so now if I should just adjust this, the recent prices or the last price leg is just this bar here, and then this, right? So now this area is going to be where I'm going to focus on for this coming week. So let's just go straight forward into 4 hour and then do analysis, right? But remember, the daily is telling us that we are bearish, so let's just go into the 4 hour to get more clarity. So now in the 4 hour, we can see the last break of structure to the downside is here, and therefore this is the last break of structure to the downside on the 4 hour, right? And then the high that caused the break of structure to the downside is this, right? And it has also been cleared out, so that gives us a change of character. Now the moment you get a change of character, all what we are looking for is the demand area or the order block that caused that change of character, and then we expect price to come back into that zone and continue the move. So with that said, the order block that caused this change of character that we're having up here is just this candle here. This is just this candle. That's the candle, and we are currently at a phase where price is retracing back into that order block, and see price is very close to it, right? So let's just go ahead and read other structures that have formed after the change of character. Here we had another we had a break of structure, right? We had this break of structure, so let me just quickly mark it, right? And then price started reversing down. So the last break of structure, which is this, the low that caused that break of structure is this one, right? And this low has been taken out here, right, forming another change of character again, right? But this change of character now is to the downside. So if you have to mark out the other block that caused this change of character, which is the last one, that is going to be here, right? That is just going to be here simply. So now we have gotten a supply area here, and we have gotten a demand area here, right? And now let's see other details that we can get. We can see a gap down here, right, which is actually a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap which we expect price to actually react from, right? This is a fair value gap. So right now when we look at what you have here, this is what US oil has presented to us. So now we'll be expecting price to come into this fair value gap, have some reactions, shoot up into this supply area, right, before coming down here into this demand. And then from this demand, the price will then decide whether if it will continue to go up or it will break through and then go down, right? So now these are the key areas that we are looking at. These we are looking at this demand, this fair value gap, and then this supply. Okay, so now we have gotten this from the 4 hour. It's time for us to refine this, right, in the lower time frame, so that we end up having tighter stop losses and all that, right? Forgive the background, it is raining here, so in case you are hearing noise in my background, it's just the rain. Okay, so let's just go straight into the 1 hour time frame. Into the 1 hour time frame, we are going to find out that our demand will be here. This will be our demand, right? This is going to be our demand area, so let me just quickly mark it as demand, right? And then our supply is going to be, the supply area is going to be here, This is going to be the supply area, right? And as you can see, the supply, what I did is just that I refined the demand and supply to a tighter zone, so that we'll end up getting a tighter stop loss instead of what the 4 hour is giving us, right? So now to trade this, we're expecting price to actually open, right? Open, and then even if price opens upwards, we still expect it to come down, right, into this fair value gap, and then change character up into this supply area up here, and then drop into this demand zone, so this is what we're actually looking for next week on US oil, right? When I go back to the 4 hour, this is how it's going to look. So next week, this is what we are looking for actually on US oil. So we can actually catch 2 trades from this. The first one will be from the fair value gap, this fair value gap that we have here. The first trade can be from there. Once price comes in there and we get a change of character, we just take the trade into the demand area. And once the demand area to give us a change of character, we take the trade right into the the top one is supply. So once the supply area, which is this area, gives us the change of character, we just take the supply or the sell trade back into this demand area. And if here we get another change of character, then that will be a very long buy that will go up. From here all the way to the top, right? All the way to this place, all the way to somewhere here, right? Sorry about that. Yes, but for the meantime, what we are focusing on right now is the immediate where price is immediately at the moment. See, we also have this area here that when price is retracing back is going to use as liquidity, right? Remember, anytime liquidity is cleared before it taps into an order block, it makes that order block very, very strong. And that's the main reason why I believe once price gets here, it should be able to reverse back into this demand area, looking at structure and all that. So this is what we're having on US oil for next week. I'll bring you more updates whilst the chart plays and then the days pass by. This is Afro Trader. In case you have any more pairs you want me to look at, or you have any word for me or anything, feel free to just drop it in the comment section. I'm out.